More often.
35 Americans flee to safety in Baghdad as Iraq ties their fate to a peace settlement in the volatile Persian Gulf. This is the CBS Evening News. I'm Paula Zahn, sitting in tonight for Connie Chung. Good evening. As American warships continue to shadow Iraqi ships in the Gulf of Oman, Iraq made a new peace proposal. At stake, the fate of Americans and other Westerners trapped in Iraq and Kuwait. If there was any doubt about their status, it is now clear they are hostages. On Iraqi television today, a spokesman said they must remain in the country until President Bush backs down and pulls American forces out of the area, or gives a written guarantee that he will do so and lifts the economic sanctions against Baghdad. At the same time, Iraq is freeing some other Westerners, like these Poles, whose governments did not send troops to the Gulf. For more on the dangerous developments in the Middle East, we go to the only Western correspondent still reporting from Baghdad.
News in Baghdad, where the temperature is above 100 degrees and a hot wind blows. The Iraqis are preparing for what they consider to be possibly inevitable U.S. attacks. They've announced some limited rationing. They are putting Americans and other Westerners around what they consider to be possible targets.
It's the single most important thing for people in the States to know just now about this situation.
I think that it could get worse. We could be taken from here. That I wouldn't be surprised at that. We've contemplated that happening. That's real to me. I haven't discussed that with anybody else. I don't know how they feel, but that's real to me. That's a fear. Then I'll worry.
Jim Roach, here with his pregnant wife, young E. Roach.
Part of my fear is the fact of my wife being here, and she's pregnant. If I was on my own, I wouldn't have been as concerned. But being a husband and having a wife who's pregnant, you have to concern me much more.
Okay, Dad.
CBS News has learned that some of the 35 Americans who about 24 to 48 hours ago were taken from the Rashid Hotel in Baghdad, CBS News has learned some of the locations where those Americans have been taken as human shields. The locations include Al Quain, that's near the Syrian border. It's a sulfuric acid plant. Also to Baji and Taji. These are munitions and chemical sites where Americans, CBS News has been told, now have been taken. They're there as hostages and human shields. Esconderia, a chemical and artillery production facility. Now, 8 Americans who were working in Mosul, Syria, Iraq, have been told they have to stay there as part of this human shield operation. Paula, in addition to the 35 Americans who are now under protection of the U.S. Embassy and those who have already been sent out to the countryside, there are those in Kuwait, and it was underscored again today that the Iraqis intend to bring those Americans with some Brits from Kuwait into Iraq and turn them in Iraq and make them part of this human shield operation. Paula?
What else can you tell us about how these people seem to be getting along, both physically and emotionally?
Well, physically, they're in very good shape, and they underscore to everybody at home that they're all right. Emotionally, that's always hard to tell. They all say that they're okay. They also all say that they are deeply concerned, is usually the way they put it. It's widely expected to Iraq that sometime probably soon, there are going to be U.S. attacks. And I'd have to say that while not all of these Americans that we talked to tonight, the ones who felt that they were in real and present danger of being rounded up and put out as human shields, while not all of them think American attacks are imminent, most of them have a sense that something's going to pop soon. They can't, of course, can't be sure of it, but that's their sense they feel.
Thank you, Dan. That was Dan Rather reporting from Baghdad for us.